Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Wally Gator, IBEW, Inside Journeyman Wireman. Got this channel up for you travelers or wannabe travelers or just curious. Show you how I'm doing this traveling as a union electrician. I am by no means a professional YouTuber. I'm just trying to show you how I'm doing this traveling around the country as an IBEW Inside Journeyman Wireman. I'm in Dubuque, Iowa. Hard to pronounce. I'm in Dubuque, Iowa. This is my day off. I've been out sightseeing, checking out public land for deer hunting, even though I didn't draw an Iowa tag, just kind of getting familiar with the area. Even though I cannot hunt it this year, I want to get familiar with it when I can hunt. I didn't get the draw, so it had to be some other year, but I don't want it to be a surprise when I do get it. I'll be able to know exactly where to go and do it that way. So I'm headed back to my campground in Illinois. One of my co-workers called and texted me and said his battery died. When he said his battery died, I immediately thought, once it dies, you might as well buy a brand new one, because even if it holds a charge for a few weeks or whatever, I've had to do it where I've had it go bad at the worst possible time. You know what I mean? It'll go dead one night because I left something on or whatever, and it's got rolling hills up here in Dubuque, don't we? I've had them go dead, charge them back up. They're a little bit old, maybe 4 years old. And instead of buying a new one, thinking, oh, it's going to be okay, so kept driving it. And what happens, I go out in the middle of nowhere, get back to your truck that night or whatever that day, and guess what? Your battery's dead. And then you got to try to call somebody, and it's always a hassle. So when I know I'm going out of town to work, like I'm doing my traveling now, I make sure I've got a brand new battery. I don't care. I buy a brand new battery because they will go bad at the worst possible time. And I do have a battery charger, and I got jumper cables. So we're gonna put his on charge, and I'm gonna tell him, you know, this story to go tomorrow after work and buy a brand new battery for the thing. He said it's about 4 years old, so I'll tell him it's time. Go ahead and get a new one and be done with it. Trade that one in before it does it again, and then you miss work. He's lucky that it was a day when we're not at work. If it had been, you know, during the week, then it cost him a battery and it cost him, you know, wages for missing work, which some of y'all don't care. Y'all love missing work. Any excuse you can find, you'll do it. But I always look at it like, hey, dead battery just cost me a battery, or a dead battery cost me a dead battery, a brand new battery, and it cost me time because I had to leave work, or I didn't get to go to work and I had to go buy a new one. So always check your batteries. I did check the moon phase. It was only at 1%. It's kind of odd that anytime I've had a bad battery in any kind of vehicle, or my friends have one, it's either a dark moon or a full moon. I don't know what the difference. People say you're crazy, but I think there's something to it. Last night we had 1% illumination. 1%. I'm over here in Iowa sightseeing, bought some gas, filled up in Illinois. Went over to Iowa to a restaurant, ordered my meal, sit down restaurant. I'll go ahead and tell you, Applebee's. I love Applebee's. Steak and shrimp parmesan. And then you get the ice cream dessert blondie, butter pecan blondie. That's what it is. That thing was delicious. But anyway, go to swipe my debit card, which is full of money. Got money on that debit card. Declined. She came back and said, hey, I tried it twice and it didn't work. You got another card? And I was like, Yeah, but that one's got money on it. I just bought gas. Let's try it again. Went and tried it again. Still declined. I said, all right. And I thought to myself, I immediately, because Brian had just texted me and said he had a bad battery. Then my cards declined. I checked. We had a dark moon last night. We had 1% illumination. I thought, ain't that strange? What a coincidence. Always around the moon for some reason. But anywho, went to the ATM. It spit out all kinds of cash. It gave me money, so I don't know what the deal is. I only had, it was $34 meal, plus I was going to give her a $10 tip, but all I had was $34 cash. And, or $30 cash. All I had was $30 cash, and it was a $34 meal. Gonna give her a $10 tip, $44. But the manager come back and said, I don't know why yours is not working. I just ran mine for $1 and it worked. So tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you lunch, free meal. That lunch is free. If you would, just tip the waitress. I said, that'll work, thank you. So I tipped her $30. So she made out. So I guess that moon phase was good for her. But like I said, went to the ATM, gave me cash. So I don't know. It's just strange things happen around the moon sometimes. Check it next time something bad happens to you. See what the moon is. Trying to head back to my campground. I'm gonna let him put his battery on my charger here and see what happens. I don't know what they're doing here. Oh, they got a live band out here in the middle of nowhere. Pretty cool. So anyway, this is the end of week 8 out here at the solar farm in Illinois, Lena, Illinois. I'm liking the job. It's just it can get tiresome. We worked 5 days last week. We got rained out one day. We got a 2-hour show up time. We got overtime all day Saturday, and they gave us 10 hours. We worked 10 hours, so it's going to still be a good check. And you have to keep changing it up, because my shoulders were starting to hurt from doing the tightening of the bolts, bolting down the panels. We have our impact guns with a 10mm socket on it. And all day long, 10 hours a day, we're tightening down the nuts onto the bolts that hold down the panels, hold the panels onto the frame. So I had to start receiving, and they hand me the panel and I set it down. Hand me another panel, set it down. Hand me another panel, set it down. Over and over again for 10 hours. Gets a strain on your muscles. It's hard to do anything 10 hours a day. Much less 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, 5 days a week. Wear you out pretty quick. So I can see why some guys, this is not for them. They don't like the solar. But I'm gonna keep pressing on and see if I can make it all the way through this whole build here. I think we got a couple more months, and then it should be all done. It's a 500-acre solar farm, and I'm enjoying the pay. It's paying good. It's easy work, simple work. Like me and another guy was talking the other day. We don't have to climb a ladder. We don't have to go in and out of doors, up and down stairs, up in a scissor lift, out in a boom lift, nothing like that. All we need is a pair of sunglasses. In fact, I haven't had to use my tools yet. I got a 10mm wrench and a 10mm socket, both provided by the contractor, as it should be. But that's the only tools I got. Wear your PPE and show up for work. You'll start getting them checks. I've only missed one day in these 8 weeks so far, because I had some issue with my Tahoe here and had to go get it fixed one day. So yeah, I cringed when I knew I was going to have to miss work to get it fixed. So missed a whole day's wages, and I had to pay. But it happens. I should have looked at the moon phase that day. I can't remember what it was. So anywho, all right, into week 8. If you're watching this and enjoying this content, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, leave a comment. I like to know if any of you guys have ever noticed that about the moon phase and the bad luck streaks. It seems like, is there a correlation or is it just coincidence? Let me know. Love everybody. IBEW for life. Goodbye.